Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this coverage of Lake Central varsity football here on the Lake Central YouTube channel. My name is Giovanni Alcantar alongside color commentator Josh Brunette, and tonight we have the LaPorte Slicers coming to town to take on the Lake Central Indians. LaPorte comes in with a record of 1-3, while the Lake Central Indians, after a hot 2-0 start to the season, come into the game with a 2-game losing streak and an overall 2-2 record. Let's start with Lake Central. Josh, what do you think Lake Central needs to do to come away with a win tonight?
I feel like Lake Central has to be able to execute the right plays at the right time tonight. LC has had a balanced offense this whole season with 112 passing yards per game and around 77 rushing yards per game. Coming off a Week 4 21-3 loss against Crown Point, where they were only down 7-3 at halftime. LC has to be able to finish this game.
Well, as we mentioned, LaPorte comes in with a 1-3 record and just got their first win last week against the Chesterton Trojans. In that game, they ran the ball 70 times, and they passed the ball only once all of last week. So tonight, we can definitely expect to see a run-heavy offense from this LaPorte team.
Well, if I'm Lake Central, I'm expecting to see a lot of their two top running backs. Returning from last season, senior running back Caleb Custas ran 15 times for 112 yards and a touchdown, including a 44-yard run against Chesterton. Junior running back Isaac Alexander is another name to watch as he ran 29 times last week for 142 yards and a touchdown.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have kickoff of this game for you shortly as the captains meet at midfield. And something I just read on Twitter, a reporter, David Funk, is saying that Cole Rainwater will not be playing in this game tonight.
That's a huge loss for Lake Central. Rainwater was 4 for 8 on field goals this year with a long of 48 yards. We aren't sure why he's not playing, but it's a big loss for Lake Central.
And it's going to be LaPorte ball to start off. So we're going to see the run-heavy offense to start this ball game.
Like I said before, expect LC to heavily commit to the run. As my partner Giovanni said, LaPorte only passed one time last week.
Well, here we go. Kickoff of this game, live from Lake Central High School. And here we go. Ball is up. And it will get to about the 30-yard line. And let's see what we see out of this Lake Central defense to start this ball game.
The defense for Lake Central has been pretty good this year. Offense, however, has had some inconsistencies throughout the season.
Looks like Lake Central is preparing for the run. They have 3 people in the backfield. They hand it off. He'll get to the 35-yard line.
LC had the box stacked there. I believe it was every player on Lake Central who was on the field was in the box.
Hand it off again. And looks like it's close to the first down.
That was number 7, Isaac Alexander, junior out of LaPorte. Plays both running back and defensive back for the team.
This guy's hands full. They keep running this formation. 3 men in that backfield. Hand it off straight up the middle, and looks like Lake Central stopped that one. Didn't get any yards out of that one.
Haven't seen a lot of nickel coverages and dime coverages. LC seems to just be stacking that box to help and stop this run.
They're also running a no-huddle offense. And this one will get to about the 49-yard line. There is a flag on the play. Base made the tackle. Let's see what they call. That's going to be a hold on the offense. That was on number 73, Kevin Hudson.
That's going to back LaPorte up to about the 38-yard line. Second down and 15 to go.
Not much out of that one as he only gets to about the 39-yard line.
LC's defensive coordinator, Patrick Winters, he's very hard to outsmart. LaPorte's going to have to switch it up if they want to get this run game going.
Pat Winters did take over the defense last year, as the last 2 years they really have struggled. Last year they gave up 40-plus points in 7 games. So Pat Winters has really turned this defense around. And looks like Lake Central jumped on that one.
Looked like it was number 58, Mark Henry Derogine, who jumped.
And he looked very frustrated with himself coming off the field.
Third down and 8 coming up for LaPorte. They still have that 3 men in the backfield set.
There's a flag on the play, but didn't get much out of that one.
I believe that was the first time today that LaPorte has tried to bounce the ball outside on a run.
Let's see what they call here. And that penalty was on Matthew Osana, the running back. Excuse me. Dylan Gray. And LaPorte will come off the field, and we're going to see Lake Central's offense next.
That ball goes out at about the 29-yard line. LC's offense is coming out, led by quarterback Zach Bundalo.
We do want to remind you to subscribe to this YouTube channel so you can catch all of our live streams and click the notification bell so you can be notified when we go live. And also when our show Tribe TV comes out. We had a new show this week, actually. I know our staff worked very hard on that one. 4 episodes so far. You definitely go check them out on this YouTube channel. Here we go. Bundle takes the snap. Gets about 2 to 3 yards on that one. There's the snap. All right, he's got to get the first down and more. Oh, another juke. He's at midfield, and he gets tackled at the 47.
That's a huge run for LC. Seemed like last week they lacked that spark, and now they got it.
That's the first down of the day. Lake Central student section is certainly getting into the game early on. Interesting here, they have Quincy Trouble usually at receiver. He's in the backfield with Bundalo, and there's a flag.
I believe it's going to be offside.
Red ball, false start, 22 offense. Replay.
Was wrong.
Just mentioned before, Quincy Tribble was the one on the false start.
With Tribble being in the backfield, LC has moved Mateo Sedano Jr., who is normally a quarterback, into the wide receiver spot. He's lining up in the slot most of the time.
Mateo Sedano actually did get to play against Munster when Zach Bundalo went down. It's a Tribble. And Quincy Tribble gets down to the 31. What we see with Quincy Tribble, he is great in the open field. He's very hard to tackle.
He made one man miss on
Gain of
this
21 yards and enough for
Before this, he made some more men
LC.
miss.
First down.
And I don't really know if LaPorte was expecting to see Quincy Tribble in the backfield today. We go from the 31-yard line. Hand it off again. And he gets
Quincy
it
Tribble, the ball carrier, tackled by number 18, Marcus Gray.
Again, making men miss. Didn't get as
Gain
many
of 4
yards
yards
this
on the
play as
play,
he did
second down and
the
6 for the
previous
Indians.
ones.
From the
But he's still
Spencer
showing
27-yard
how
line.
he can be.
Bundalo, first throw of the game. He's gonna fucking run it, and
Number 14, Zach Bundalo, the ball carrier.
it'll be a third down.
40, Noah Perez, and 54, Matt Neff on the tackle. No gain on the play, brings up third down and 6 for the Indians. From the LaPorte 27-yard line.
Tribble checked out of the game.
It's going to be an important play because all the momentum they've gotten on this drive, you certainly don't want to walk away with this with only 3 points, if they make the field goal. It's Bundalo. He's going to run it now, and he's got, looks like
Bundalo, the ball carrier.
he may have gotten the first down. There's a flag on the play.
Mikowski, penalty marker on the play.
Bundalo was slow to get up there.
Holding, 6 feet, but 10-yard penalty, replay the down.
Bundalo takes the snap. See if he'll throw this time. Gets away, and he gets it away, and is almost picked off. And it's fourth down.
Pass is incomplete, intended to number 5, Keyshawn Wigley.
I believe that was number 40 on LaPorte. Noah Perez coming in on the blitz.
And fourth down and 15. It's Bundalo, and looks like he'll punt it, and that one goes way out of bounds. Not quite sure where that one went out. Looks like they're going to spot it right at the 26-yard line. So LaPorte will come out. And looks like we're going to see more of that 3 running back formation, or the T formation, as it's called. They hand it off.
Number 7, Isaac.
Looks like he got about 4 yards on that one.
That T formation is dangerous. LaPorte has 3 men in the backfield who they can all run the ball with.
33-yard line.
got the first down. He's going to run. It's Dylan Gray. See if he gets to the end zone, and he is stopped just short at the 3-yard line.
That was some great hustle by Lake Central, tracking him down. Just not what you like to see. A team that looked like they had a spark on offense, just lose momentum on defense.
Well, he missed a few tackles, and a big play comes, just like that. See if they can stop him in the red zone. Looks like he'll get to about the 3-yard line.
44 Sam Long on the tackle. No gain on the play. Second down and goal for the Slicers from the Lake Central 4-yard line.
Hands it off, and it's a touchdown.
That was Dylan Gray again.
Number 6, Dylan Gray, the ball carrier.
So Dylan Gray gets that into the end zone, and LaPorte now leads 6-0.
Last year when these two teams faced off, LaPorte beat LC 56-7. Hopefully LC doesn't meet the same fate this year.
They come out for the extra point.
.35, Javier Robles in to attempt the point after. The hold by 16, Caleb Kirkham.
And the extra point. Well, Lake Central looks like they jumped. That was number 44, Sam Long.
Encroachment, 44 defense, next to the goal, replay try.
Sam Long, only a sophomore starting on varsity.
They're going to go for it here, because they are a yard closer because of that penalty. And
Dylan Gray again.
And LaPorte's able to make it 8-0 now.
5:19 remaining in the first quarter. Our score, the LaPorte Slicers.
So just like that, Lake Central had all the momentum on offense. The drive stalled, and LaPorte comes back with the score. And now Lake Central is down. Let's see how they respond.
To me, it seems LaPorte is typically running Dylan Gray to the upper side of the field and Isaac Alexander down low on the field. Alexander, to me, seems like more of a ground and pound type player. Dylan Gray, hopefully for LaPorte, he can get them a big boost.
Jesse Moore kicking off for the Slicers. 11, Alex Del Toro. 22, Quincy Tribble. And 5, Keyshawn Whitley deep for the Indians.
See who catches it. It's going to be Alex Del Toro, and that one goes right through his fingertips, and it'll be a touchback.
The kick sails into the end zone for a touchback.
Alex Del Toro plays defensive back for Lake Central, and he's been a very solid player for them this year.
LC wearing their National Guard uniforms. The green, black, and slightly yellow around the black numbers.
So it'll be Carlos Mancera and Quincy Trouble in the backfield with Bundalo. Takes the snap. Trouble.
22, Quincy Tribble, the ball carrier.
That was a gain of 3 for Tribble.
Gain of 3 yards on the play. Second down and 7 for the Indians from their own 23-yard line.
Takes a snap. And it's Bundalo.
Reverse.
He's going to go long. And it is picked off.
Picked off by
Bundalo's pass is intercepted by
Parker
number 11,
Hill.
Parker Hill.
Lake Central took a big gamble on that play, and it comes back to hurt him right there.
I like the creativity on that play. It was a reverse, handed off again, then a lateral back to Bundalo. Unfortunately, just couldn't execute the play.
Keyshawn Wigley has made big plays for this team all year long, and he wasn't able to make one right there.
Let's see how the LC defense reacts after getting gashed on a big run by LaPorte on their previous series.
Dylan Gray again.
Number 6, Dylan Gray, the ball carrier. 44, Sam Long on the tackle.
As mentioned, Dylan Gray did have that big run earlier, and he also got the 2-point conversion after Lake Central jumped offside, and it got him to the 1-yard line.
Number 4, Caleb Kuznis, the ball carrier.
Caleb Kuznis with the run there. It's good enough for a LaPorte first down on the 45-yard line.
First and 10 for the Slicers from their own 45-yard line.
Takes the snap. And the quarterback will take it. He's got some space. Caleb Kirkham gets past the 20 and will get to about the 16-yard line.
First time we've said Kirkham's name today. It's been mainly running back heavy. Still a run play, just with a quarterback this time.
First and 10 Slicers from the Lake Central 16-yard line.
He hands it off. He'll get to about the 12-yard line.
Isaac Alexander again on the run.
55, Zach Rangel on the tackle.
Hand it off. This one's stuffed.
Number 4, Caleb Kuznis, the ball carrier. 30, Sam Frank. 50, Jeremy Munoz on the tackle.
LaPorte has not gotten out of the heavy set on offense once today.
Third down and 5 for the Slicers.
It is important to mention they did only throw the ball a grand total of 1 time last week.
And that pass was incomplete last week.
It ain't broke. Don't fix it.
Dylan Gray, the ball carrier. 54, Richard Gomez on the tackle. First and goal for the Slicers from the Lake Central 5-yard line.
With LaPorte coming out in a kind of scrunched up heavy set, kind of restricts what the Indians can do on defense. They have to stack the box, can't really spread people out wide. And
6, Dylan Gray, the ball carrier. Jeremy Munoz on the tackle. Second down and goal for the Slicers from the Lake Central 1-yard line.
So it'll be second down and goal. Hands it off, and the ball came out. Alex Daltor thinks they have it.
The ball carrier. Fumble on the play, recovered by 16, Caleb Kirkham.
Caleb Kirkham came up with the ball.
Would have been a huge play for Lake Central right there.
There is no penalty on the play.
Ref threw a penalty flag on that play. He has since then picked up the flag and said there's no penalty.
Hands it off.
7, Isaac Alexander, the ball carrier.
Once again, stop.
Hit number 4, Chase Sykes.
Chase Sykes making a big play on the goal line.
That'll bring up 4th down and goal for the Slicers from the Lake Central 2-yard line.
LaPorte's offense is going to stay on the field for this 4th and 2.
Kirkham takes a snap and he gives it to him, and they're going to call it a touchdown.
One ref signaled touchdown, the other ref said it wasn't good. And they...
Number 6, Dylan Gray, the ball carrier, for 2 yards and a LaPorte touchdown.
And they agree now. Now we'll see, after making a lot of pivotal goal line stops on that drive, just couldn't close it out.
Into attempt the point after for the Slicers, number 35, Javier Robles. 16, Caleb Kirkham on the hold.
Caleb Kirkham is out there as the holder. Last time they jumped. Kick is up. And it is no good.
It is no good. With 1:07 remaining in our first quarter, our score of the LaPorte Slicers 14, your Lake Central Indians 0.
1:07 left to go in the first quarter. Is LaPorte 14, Lake Central 0.
Lake Central just has to get this offense going, keep the turnovers down to a minimum, if any.
And per usual for Lake Central, back there will be Quincy Tribble, Alex Del Toro, and Keyshawn Wigley.
Jesse Moore kicking off for the Slicers. 11, Alex Del Toro, 22, Quincy Tribble, and 5, Keyshawn Wigley for the Indians.
And this one's gonna go to about 20. Let's see if it rolls out. Tribble picks it up. Tribble, he's got some space, and he goes out at about the 21.
Also, he was hoping that ball would take a bounce out of bounds, maybe draw a penalty on LaPorte. However, it didn't. Tribble had to pick it up to keep the ball away from LaPorte.
21-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Indians.
Central start at the 21-yard line. Bundle takes a snap. It's Tribble.
22, Quincy Tribble, the ball carrier.
And less than a minute to play here in the first quarter.
Gain of 2 yards on the play. 2nd down and 8 for the Indians from their own 23-yard line.
Number 15, Mateo Sedano, lined up wide with Quincy Tribble. Tribble out of the backfield now.
It's a 5 wide out set here. High snap, it's Tribble. And nothing going there.
Tribble on the screen pass, and LaPorte just
Pass
scored.
complete to Tribble.
See if they
By 48, Austin Buda.
snap it on 3rd down before the first quarter ends. And it looks like they're just going to let it expire. Yep. And at the end of the first quarter is the LaPorte Slicers 14 and the Lake Central Indians nothing.
And at the end of 1 quarter of play, our score of the LaPorte Slicers 14, your Lake Central Indians 0.
Well, we said that the Lake Central offense had to get going this week. They had something on the first drive, but ever since then it's kind of stalled.
Just fell short on the first drive. Next drive on defense for LC, offense for LaPorte. LaPorte gashed them with a big run, touchdown, and a 2-point conversion.
Well, so for NFL action this week, Bears on Monday Night Football. Going to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Josh, you're a big Bears fan.
I am. Seattle without Bobby Wagner and KJ Wright. If I'm a fantasy owner, I'm looking for Jordan Howard to start on my team immediately.
Well, Josh, I have to ask you, how'd Sunday night feel losing to the Packers again?
Felt pretty bad. Thought we had them. Apparently we didn't. Just kind of lost that momentum in the second half. Hopefully LaPorte can lose momentum in their second half.
I have to say, I just feel bad for Bears fans half the time because it feels like it happens every time for them. It's Bundalo. He's going to throw, and he's got some space. It's Keyshawn Wigley. Keyshawn Wigley makes some guys miss, and he's going to take it to midfield. He gets past, and he's going to get to about the 43-yard line. Flag on the play.
Unnecessary roughness. That's going to be on number 18, Marcus Gray, I believe, as Wigley was dragged down way out of bounds. At least we as LC fans can hope.
Dead ball, personal foul, late hit out of bounds, 18. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, first down.
And that will give him the ball at about the 31-yard line.
Big penalty there, moved LC up 15 yards. Looked like Wigley was just on a simple slant route, was able to make men miss with the yards after the catch.
Trouble. Some guys miss, and he'll get to about the 27.
Tripped up on number 11, Parker Hill. Gain of 3 yards on the play, second down and 7 for the Indians. From the LaPorte 27-yard line.
Let's hope this is the turning point for the Lake Central Indians.
We'll see with 3 wide receivers stacked to the right side, man in motion into the backfield.
Give it to Tribble again, and nothing going on that one.
LC tried to get creative with putting a man in motion. I believe it was number 34, Mickey Oswald in motion. Typically a running back. He's been lining up in the slot wide receiver position for LC today. Oswald, typically a running back, lining up at wide receiver. Tribble, typically a wide receiver, lining up at running back for LC today.
Looks like they have made just a few changes to their offense this week.
Hopefully they can find some consistency with the offense.
Bundle takes a snap. He's going to throw one deep, and it is incomplete. Broken up by Marcus Gray.
I believe the intended target there was number 5, Keyshawn Wigley.
Coverage on the play by number 18, Marcus Gray.
It'll be 4th down and 7. As it is 4th down. Bundle, he takes the snap. He's gonna throw it, and it's caught.
I believe that was Keyshawn Wigley again there.
Big gamble by Lake Central right there to go for it on 4th down.
Gain of 8 yards and enough for an LC first down.
I'm sure LaPorte was certain that they weren't going to go for it right there, and that Bundalo was just going to try and punt it there. Lake Central being aggressive, down 14-0.
In a situation like this, you have to be aggressive. Can't get the fans out of it. Can't let your team know that you are giving up. Keep the team in it. Keep the fans in it. Hopefully the momentum will switch towards LC's way.
As he dribble takes it. It's past the 15, and he'll get to about the 14.
The ball carrier. The 40, Noah Perez on the tackle. Gain of 5 yards on the play. 2nd down and 5 for the Indians. From the LaPorte 14-yard line.
Bundalo. He's going to throw it. He's got Mateo Sedano, and it's a touchdown, Lake Central.
Mateo Sedano, typically a quarterback, gets a catch at wide receiver, gets LC's first touchdown of the game.
Much needed momentum for Lake Central.
14 yards and a Lake Central touchdown.
Looking like a much different story than last year's blowout.
Into attempt to bring it out for the Indians, Derek Golden, the hold by Bundalo.
Kick is up. Right down the middle.
Kick is up and good.
And to correct what we said earlier in the game about Cole Rainwater not playing, he is playing. He's been the kicker the whole game. Just wanted to correct that. Our apologies. I believe Rainwater is now 7 for 7 on extra points this game. Rainwater has committed to Valparaiso University for soccer.
As Cole Rainwater back on the field to kick it out.
Kicking off the Indians, number 86, Derek Golden. 7, Alexander, 11, Hill, and 3, Cornell deep for the Slicers.
Cole Rainwater does also play for the Indiana Fire Academy team. And he was a star soccer player his sophomore year at Lake Central. LaPorte. He always got some space. He gets past the 30, and he'll be down at the, looks like about the 34-yard line.
Tackle by number 20, Ricky Guerrero. yards on the return.
I'd like to apologize again for our kicker mishap. Typically number 87, Derek Baldwin, is wearing Cole Rainwater's number 86. Sorry for the confusion yet again.
We try our best here, but we're also human.
Everybody makes mistakes.
Takes the snap and couldn't get much out of that one.
Number 6, Dylan Gray, the ball carrier.
LaPorte pretty much saying Lake Central, until they really stop it, they are going to keep running it. In fact, I'm willing to believe that they don't have a single play in this playbook tonight that is not this T formation.
LaPorte picked up their first win last week against Chesterton. Only passing one time, like we said. Like you said earlier, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
For Chase
Very
Sykes,
true.
55 Zach Randall on the tackle.
There's Chase Sykes on the tackle right there.
Third and 4 here for LaPorte. I'm expecting a run.
I'd say it's a pretty safe bet. Looks like he's going to be just short.
Number 6, Dylan Gray, the ball
First
carrier.
down.
Yet again, number Dylan Gray.
11 Alex Del
On the-
Toro on the tackle.
Number 6, Dylan Gray on the
Brings
run.
up 4th down and 1 for the Slicers from their own 42-yard line.
It's 4th down and 1. LaPorte seems pretty confident they can get here. I don't blame them. Hand it off, and he got it.
Just enough
Number
for the
7,
first
Isaac
down.
Alexander, the ball carrier.
You know what they say? It's a game of inches.
71, Logan Chad on the tackle. 1st and 10 for LaPorte from their own 44-yard line.
And he keeps it. We'll run up the middle. He's not able to get much out of that one.
16, Caleb Kirkland on the ball carrier. 55, Zach Randall on the tackle.
He's going to throw, and it is right through the hands of Isaac Alexander.
Maybe that's why they don't throw a lot.
Kirkland's pass is incomplete intended for number 7, Isaac Alexander.
Has seemed like it was on target. Alexander just couldn't get his hands on the football.
Alex Del Toro.
I was saying earlier, I would say Lake Central would probably be shocked if he did a play action and just do it deep. With this formation, obviously, that's not very possible, but never know. And he takes a snap and will get about to midfield.
This LaPorte offense, it can tire defenses out. The ground and pound of the offense and just wear a defense down.
4th down and 3 for the Slicers from the Lake Central.
It's going to be 4th down and 3.
LaPorte's going for it. Same formation as always.
So watch out for the play clock. There's about under 10 seconds left on the play clock. Maybe they try and get him to jump offside. Nope. Kirkham keeps it, and he's got the first down.
16, Caleb Kirkland, the ball carrier. 24, Jared Bayes on the tackle. 1st and 10 for the Slicers from the Lake Central 45-yard line.
We have a player down for Lake Central. Jared Bayes, the safety. Very key player for this team. He's a guy that brings a lot of energy to the field, and one of the things Coach Bartolomeo said about this team is that the best thing that they do is their energy. I mean, you see it when they score a touchdown, when they get a big play, you see a lot of energy on the sideline from the players, from the student section.
Fortunately, Bayes able to walk off the field under his own power. Didn't seem to be limping too much, had his helmet off. Hopefully he can come back into the game. As the LC fan section chanting JB for Jared Bayes.
And he's still going, and he got close to the first down marker.
54, Richard Gomez on the tackle.
That was Isaac Alexander.
Gain of 9
Carry.
yards, 2nd down and
LaPorte
1
faked
for
the quarterback
Slicers.
rollout. LC's defense seemed to follow it, allowing that whole side of the field to be pretty open.
And it looks like it's going to be almost picked off by Chase Sykes,
There's
but
a flag on the play, however. Number 97, Quincy Fleming, slow to get off the field. 12 men on the field for LC. You tell he was giving it his all to get off, just second too slow.
I believe that'll be a penalty on Lake Central for 12 men on the field.
Dead ball, illegal substitution, defense, 5-yard penalty, replay the down.
It is now 1st and 10 for LaPorte following the 5-yard penalty.
Number 6, Dylan Gray, the ball carrier. #17, Jared Ivey on the tackle. Would all the middle schoolers participating in our halftime recognition please start making their way down to the area behind the south end
Takes
zone.
the snap. We got some space.
Again, all the middle schoolers
He gets to
participating
about
in
the
tonight's halftime
15-yard line.
recognition. Please start making your way
That was
down
a
to the
hard
area
solo
behind the south
tackle
end
in the
zone at
open
this
field
time.
there by Chase Sykes. An update on Jared Bias. He is now off the bench, standing with his teammates on the sideline.
Number 4, Caleb Cruz is the ball carrier. Tackle by 55, Zach Rangel.
Caleb Kuz has got a good chunk of yards on that play to make it 2nd down and 4. LaPorte trying to get a score right before the half. And to start the second half, it will be Lake Central getting the ball.
Number 6, Dylan Gray, the ball carrier. 44, Sam Long on the tackle.
And LaPorte able to get the 1st down.
1st and goal for the Slicers from the Lake Central 5-yard line.
It's the handoff and
Handoff to number 7,
Number 7,
Isaac Alexander.
the ball carrier. 44, Sam Long on the tackle.
There's a LaPorte
Official
player down on
timeout.
the field now.
and training staff very quick to get on the field.
Can't quite tell who it is. We'll keep you updated when we find out.
It's a little troubling that he's still on the ground and looks like two of his teammates are going to go over there.
Yeah, both LaPorte and Lake Central staff out there, as well as the two LaPorte teammates.
Chris Hall, our athletic trainer, does a fantastic job for us. Is out there, as you mentioned.
With the help of two of his teammates and a trainer, he's able to stand up, being helped off the field. Still cannot tell who the player is, but whoever it is, we wish him the best.
we get back to the game, Lake Central is trying to get a stop right here in the red zone. LaPorte trying to add on to their 14-7 lead.
LaPorte's going to take over, second down on the 2-yard
Second
line.
down and goal for the Slicers from the Lake Central 2-yard line.
LaPorte runs it in.
Number 16
And
Gray,
it
the
is
ball
eight.
carrier for 2 yards on a LaPorte touchdown.
And it's a touchdown.
I believe that was Dylan Gray once again. With this heavy formation, LC just not able to know where the ball's going. 3 men who can all run it, plus the quarterback who could roll out with it. It's hard to guess to stop this.
And they're gonna go for 2. Gutsy call right here. And
They get it in.
Number 7, Isaac Alexander, the ball carrier for a successful 2-point conversion.
now LaPorte has a 22-7 lead. 3:19 to go, Lake Central. Gonna try and get a score before the half, and they do. Once again, they do get the ball back in the second half, so they still have a chance to even up this game potentially. Lake Central ready to receive the kickoff. LaPorte still in their huddle. There's number 36. One, it goes right through his hands. Keyshawn Wigley trying to get something out of this, and he gets to about the 16-yard line.
Number 5, Keyshawn Wigley on a return. Tackled by number 3, Zach Purnell. First and 10, Lake Central from their own 17-yard line.
We'll start this drive at the 17-yard line.
Bundalo in the shotgun formation. Fullback lined up to the weak side.
Quincy Tribble, and he's
22,
tackled
Quincy
quickly.
Tribble, the ball carrier.
Wrapped
Number
up by
3,
Zach Purnell,
tackle.
linebacker. Seemed like he just got him by his ankle. Tribble could have had a big run there.
Second down and 11 for the Indians from their own 16-yard line.
Bundalo. The throw is caught.
Caught by number 80, Deshaun Fort.
Haven't heard his name that much tonight.
Number 80, Deshaun Fort.
Sure, he's had to step up as they've had a lot of position changes this past week.
Gain of 11 yards on the play and enough for LC. First down.
They're able to get a first down off of that.
LC comes out once again in the shotgun doubles formation.
Tribble.
Number
Tripped
2,
up.
Quincy Tribble, the ball carrier. Tripped up by number 3, Zach Purnell.
And tonight, here at the game, it is middle school night. All the middle schools around the Tri-Town area for football. They'll be on the field,
Second down and 9 for
or the teams, I should say.
From their own 28-yard line.
Bondolo, Rose. It's caught by Mateo Sedano.
Bungalows pass complete to 15, Mateo Sedano.
Don't think LaPorte was expecting a screen pass there.
Gain of 10 yards and enough for an LC first down.
Lake Central does have all 3 of their timeouts. Bondolo, he's going deep. It's 4, and it is incomplete.
Missed him by about 4 yards there. You gotta like the aggressive play call though.
And we know Bondolo is very capable of throwing the ball downfield.
Bungalow 6'4", 225 pounds. He definitely has the size. He's stayed in the shotgun formation for most of the night.
Bondolo, he's gonna throw. That's caught.
Bungalows pass complete to number 34, Daniel Michael.
That's Daniel Nykel on the catch.
Parker Hill on the tackle.
Another name we're hearing for the first time tonight.
Timeout, Lake Central.
And Lake Central used their first timeout of the night with 1:01 to go in the first half. We do once again want to remind you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the notification bell to be notified of when we go live. Our next game will be in 2 weeks. It'll be the homecoming game between Lake Central and Chesterton.
We hope to see you all September 28th.
It's always a fun one to go to. And then next week, Lake Central will take on Michigan City. It's going to be a very, very tough game for them. And it's at Michigan City. They have a beautiful stadium down there. I've never personally visited it, but from what I've seen and what I've heard, it's a gorgeous place up there.
I'll have to check it out.
Bondolo. He's going to throw, and it is incomplete.
Looked like Wigley kind of got tangled up with the defensive back there. No flag on the play, however.
As it'll be 3rd down and 3 for Lake Central. It's going to be a big play here. You certainly don't want to give the ball back to LaPorte. It gives them a chance to increase their lead by even more. Play clock is winding down.
5 seconds left on the play clock. LC just does not seem ready.
Timeout, Lake Central.
And Lake Central does take a timeout.
With all the new starters on this Lake Central team, especially at the wide receiver position, and the turnover on the roster there, you have to thank Jeanette Gray for getting these guys ready for this game on such short notice. She is our wide receivers coach here at LC.
She's also a very talented football player herself.
Looks like LC getting ready to come out in an I formation. Bundalo under center with the fullback and running back in the backfield.
First time we've seen this from Lake Central tonight. It's Quincy Tribble on the handoff. He's got the first down and more. Quincy Tribble, he's got some space. He gets past the 30, gets the 20-yard line, and he is out at about the 13-yard line.
Tribble just followed his blocks there by the fullback and offensive line, able to make a big gain there. 46 seconds left in the second quarter until halftime.
Well, that was the first time we saw Lake Central line up in the I formation, and it worked very well there.
Looked like he almost got dragged down by his jersey.
Bundalo drops back, and he was going for the corner of the end zone.
Looked like there was some miscommunication there between him and the wide receiver. It was Keyshawn Wigley, the intended target there. Wigley was isolated on the near side of the field. 3 wide receivers to the far side.
Bundalo. And it is dropped in and out of the hands. Looks like it was Keyshawn Wigley.
Pass incomplete, intended for Wigley. Coverage of the play by number 7, Isaac Alexander.
Looked like he had some space to potentially get a touchdown there, but he just couldn't come up with that catch.
Just couldn't get his hands on it, and then the hit in the back by the defender.
Because it'll be a 3rd down and 10 from the 16-yard line of LaPorte.
LaPorte showing blitz.
Bundalo got taken himself, and he's going to get to, looked like he got to 10-yard line.
Tackle by number 3, Zach Purnell. Penalty marker on the play.
And there is a flag on the play. See what they call.
Face mask, number 11, defense.
Face mask on the defense. Good enough for an LC first down. We'll see with maybe another shot at the end zone here before halftime. LC hoping to make it a 14-22 score at halftime. Get the ball back at halftime, potentially tie the game up.
Bundalo gives it to Tribble, and LaPorte is all over that one.
Number 3, Zach Purnell on the tackle.
Zach Purnell shot that gap perfectly to get to Tribble there. About 14 seconds left in the game now.
And Lake Central is forced to use their last timeout.
My apologies, I meant in the half, not the game. Shotgun formation yet again for Lake Central.
I did make a mistake. Lake Central did not use their last timeout. As they do have one more left, see if they try and run it. Bundalo. He's going to throw the end zone, and it is picked off.
That was number 7, Isaac Alexander, doing most of the damage to Lake Central here for LaPorte. Plays both running back and defensive back.
What a punch in the stomach going into the second half.
Great drive from LC, just unable to finish it.
And Zach Bundle understandably looks very frustrated going back to the sideline. And let's see if LaPorte potentially tries to maybe get some points on the board here if they just run the clock out for the first half.
It's hard to score this quick when all you can do is run.
Looks like they'll just run the clock out for the first half
As they take a good kneel.
as the clock expires. And at halftime, it is LaPorte 22 and Lake Central 7. Be sure to stay tuned for our coverage of the second half of this game. We will be back.
fans, the Lake Central Tribal Pride.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. After one half of play, it is LaPorte 22, Lake Central 7.
LC's had a couple good drives, just been unable to complete their drives in the red zone.
Yep, they had a good one to start the game, and they ended up punting it, and they had one at the end of the first half, and they threw an interception. So second half, they're going to get the ball to start off. Let's see what this offense can do.
If you're just tuning in at the half, LC with some roster turnover in the past week. Quincy Tribble, typically a wide receiver, starting at running back.
They also had Mateo Sedano starting at wide receiver. He did come into the game a few weeks ago when Zach Bunderlow came out of the game with an injury, and he did catch a touchdown pass.
LC is going to receive the kickoff here to start the second half. And once again, we have to apologize for our kicker fiasco. Originally said Cole Rainwater was playing, said he was out, said he was, said he was out. He is in, and he has been the whole game. Our apologizes.
We can't confirm that. I do see him kicking right now.
Like we said before, and before, we all make mistakes.
Nothing wrong with it.
Kicking off for the Slicers, number 39, Jesse Moore. 4, Chase Sykes, 22, Quincy Tribble.
As Lake Central prepares to receive the ball for the start of the second half. And it is caught by number 17.
That was Jared Ivey fielding the kickoff
17,
after a weak kick.
Jared Ivey plays defensive back, so
Ethan Mikowski.
he's no stranger to trying to catch the ball.
First and 10, Lake Central.
Comes line, comes out. 3 men in the backfield, Bundelow. Fullback and running back.
And he gets to about the 42-yard line.
Number 20, Ricky Guerrero, the ball carrier.
It is sophomore running back Ricky Guerrero on the carry.
Getting 9 yards on the play. Second down and 1 for the Indians from their own 42-yard line.
Same weak formation.
Bundelow gives it back to Guerrero.
Guerrero fighting.
20, Ricky Guerrero.
In the first half, we saw Quincy Tribble in the backfield with Zach Bundelow for most of the first half. And to start is Ricky Guerrero.
Gain of a yard and enough for an LC first down.
Bundelow takes a snap. And
Hand off again to Ricky Guerrero.
The ball carrier.
Nothing going on that one.
69, Jordan Steinheiser, the tackle. No gain on the play. Second down and 10 for the Indians from their own 43-yard line.
Shotgun formation here.
Quick
Bundelow
pass.
with a quick screen.
It's Wigley trying to get some yards, and he is stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Complete to 5, Keyshawn Wigley. Tackle by number 11,
Down and
Hill.
10 coming up here for Lake Central.
And this will be crucial here because if you're Lake Central, you don't want to punt the ball away and risk giving Crown Point a 22-point lead.
43-yard line.
Or LaPorte, excuse me. Bundalo, he's going to throw.
Deep.
And this one is dropped. Looks like the coaches were calling for a flag on number 18.
That was Danny Nykel, the intended receiver there, blanketed by Marcus Gray, the defensive back for LaPorte.
It is punted away by Clay Truman.
So LaPorte called for a fair catch. Looks like LaPorte's going to take over at about the 29-yard line.
29-yard line. First and 10 for the Slicers.
Looks like we have a few band kids down there playing a wonderful tune. And LaPorte is about 6 yards on that carry.
The LC fan section loves the Cubans. LC stuffs the run there, but I don't think they got to him soon enough as LaPorte picks up the first down.
And LaPorte is going to run this formation all night, and can you blame him? It's worked.
The only other formation we've seen from LaPorte is the kicking formation and the kneel.
Can't forget the kickoff, and
For Caleb Kuznis, the ball carrier. Tackle by number 3.
I'd say it's pretty diverse. Let's see, 4 formations.
But with this heavy formation, it causes some trickery with stopping it because LaPorte has 4 guys who can all run it. We've seen them run it well. As number 5, Jamal Salary, takes the run there.
And you do have to keep an eye on Caleb Kirkham, who has shown he is clearly not scared to run the ball.
He threw 1 pass attempt today so far, and it just went right through the hands of his receiver. I believe it was Isaac Alexander, the running back.
Big third down there. And they get the first down and more. LaPorte gets to about the 39-yard line.
That was Alexander on the run. Running back and defensive back has just been destroying Lake Central. Had the pick in the end zone to end it the first half and has ran it all over Lake Central. It's a quarterback run here.
Kirkham gets the first down and more, gets to about the 25-yard line of Lake Central. LaPorte starting to have a chance to run away with this game early in this third quarter.
Seems like every play LaPorte runs, they fake a handoff to a guy, maybe fake a handoff to another guy, and then give the ball to someone else.
7, Isaac Alexander, the ball carrier. 55, Zach Rangel on the tackle.
Number 50, Jeremy Munoz, checked into the game for Mark-Henry Darogine.
Takes the handoff, and he's going to get up to the 10-yard line, and there is a flag on the play. Looked like there was a scuffle between number 54 of Lake Central, Richard Gomez, and the LaPorte offensive lineman.
Holding 79 offense. 10-yard penalty for scholar foul. Replay to down.
Holding on Brandon Siebert of LaPorte. So that's going to negate the big run LaPorte had. LC's fan section is raining down the "You can't do that" chant.
That's always one of my favorite chants. It's a snap. And this one will go about to the 25-yard line.
Alexander again.
This will be a crucial third down for Lake Central. Their defense has to get off the field here. They cannot let LaPorte run away with this game.
Another holding on Brandon Siebert for LaPorte.
Well, for LaPorte, it's going to be hard for them to score if they keep shooting themselves in the foot.
2nd and 12 now. Going to have to wait to see what else he does on the third down. Apologies, 2nd and 22 following this penalty.
I think that was my bad. He takes the snap, and big hit by Chase Sykes.
Sykes just lit up Isaac Alexander there.
Tackled by 4, Chase Sykes.
He got a nice gain on that play, but what a tackle.
Flicked down on the thumbstick like he was playing Madden.
I do have to wonder how I can run this formation in a game of Madden.
Seems to be working for LaPorte. Man in motion.
And Lake Central stuffs the run. And it will be 4th down and 15.
LaPorte tried to fake the pass with number 16 dropping back as if he had the ball. LC knew it's probably going to be a run.
He certainly faked me out there. I thought for a second he did in fact have it.
LaPorte's going to stay on the field for 4th down.
And interesting, they are still running this formation on a 4th down and 13. He's going to throw for the 2nd time tonight over the middle, and it is incomplete. Lake Central get the ball back.
Kirkham had number 7, Isaac Alexander, wide open on a wheel route. Just didn't go through his reads and overthrew his targeted wide receiver. Oh for 2 passing tonight.
1st and 10 for the Indians from their own 28-yard line.
Perhaps maybe right there they could have tried the T formation again. Kirkham is now 0 for 2 passing tonight. Bundalo, quick throw. It's caught. Just short of the 1st down marker. That is Mateo Sedano. And it will now be 2nd down.
10 yards on the play and enough for an LC 1st down.
Never mind, that's a 1st down. Central going no huddle. It's Quincy Tribble. And he fights his way to about a 3-yard gain.
Tackle by number 54, Matt Neff.
And it was defensive lineman Matt Neff on the tackle.
For the Indians from their own 41-yard line.
And it is interesting. They started the 2nd half with Ricky Guerrero Jr. at running back, and now they're going back to their ways. In the 1st half, Quincy Tribble in the backfield with Zach Bundalo.
Wiggly isolated on the far side of the field. Looks like he's working against number 11, Parker Hill.
And the ball came out. LaPorte thinks they have it.
The refs are saying he was down by contact, I believe.
Fumble on the play recovered by LaPorte.
And never mind, the fumble is recovered by LaPorte, and they will get it back at the 40-yard line. Quincy Tribble having a very good night tonight. That's a play to forget for him.
You got to give Tribble props for what he's been able to do tonight. Former wide receiver steps in to fill the running back hole. Has ran exceptionally tonight. This is his one bad play tonight.
And let's see if that comes back to haunt him in this game. He gets a good chunk of yards there to Dylan Gray.
The 36 Frank on the tackle.
Trying to get off the field. And that was number 71 who, for Lake Central, Logan Chad, couldn't get off the field in time. And Lake Central has to use a timeout. Coach Bart LeMayo looks absolutely furious about that one.
LC's trying to avoid another too many men on the field penalty, as earlier today they had one with Quincy Fleming trying to run off the field after getting subbed out. With this LaPorte offense, they line up very quick. They don't have a lot of substitutes to make. They don't have a lot of formations to call. So why not try to catch the defense on its heels?
And I'm sure linebacker coach Scott Hilliard is going to give him an earful about that one. Or excuse me, defensive line coach Scott Hilliard. Scott Hilliard is actually a teacher here at Lake Central. Shout out to him. He was a very great teacher. Hand it off. And not much going on that one.
Tackle at 55, Zach Rangel.
3rd down and 2 coming up following the Zach Rangel tackle.
They hand it off. And it's a 1st down.
Number 6, Dylan Gray, the ball carrier.
Under 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. LaPorte leads 22-7 against Lake Central. Takes the handoff and
Number 4, Caleb Cruz.
looks like we'll get to about the 21.
54, Richard Gomez.
LaPorte had all the men in their backfield go to the far side of the field after the play was initially handoffed. Everyone except for the actual runner went to the far side of the field. The runner went straight up the gut.
And he takes it himself. He's got room, and it's a touchdown. Flag on the play.
16, Caleb Kirkham, the ball
Caleb
carrier.
Kirkham, we said, he's not afraid to take the ball on himself. He did right there. Let's see what the flag is.
I'll see
Holding,
this.
88 White. 10-yard penalty. Replay the down.
So it's going to come back. Holding on number 88, Drew Kabazik, the tight end for LaPorte. LC's going to have to get a little bit more creative on defense to stop this creative offense.
Play clock down to 5 seconds.
Get the play off.
6, Dylan Gray, the ball carrier. For 30, Sam Frank on the tackle. Brings up 3rd down and 8 for LaPorte from the Lake Central 26-yard line.
It's gonna be 3rd down and 8. And we saw before LaPorte, they went for it on a 4th down and long. So no doubt in my mind here, if they don't pick up the 1st down, they will not hesitate to go for the 4th down.
LaPorte running again.
Number 7, Isaac
Looking at
Alexander,
LaPorte's
the ball
roster, it's
carrier.
no surprise that they like to run the ball.
17, Jared
They have
Ivey on the tackle.
13 players listed as running backs on their roster. Not too sure how that works out with the depth chart.
4th down and 4 for the Slicers from the Lake Central 22-yard line.
As time winding down here in the 3rd quarter, we have just under a minute. Gives it to Ray. Nope, he's gonna take it, and he gets down to about the 18. Caleb
Number
Kirkham
16,
doing such a
Caleb
great
Kirkham
job
on
on
the
that
ball carrier.
play. He faked me out on that one.
Kirkham
1st
able
and 10
to
for the Slicers.
just fall forward while he was getting tackled, get just enough for a 1st down for LaPorte.
And
Number 4,
Caleb
Kuzis,
Kuzis
the ball carrier.
gets inside the 10.
Just lowered the shoulder there at the end of that run. You could
50,
hear
Jordan
that
Newman
hit.
on the tackle.
And we'll see if LaPorte decides to run a play or not. Looks like they're just going to wait it out. And after 3 quarters of play is LaPorte 22, Lake Central 7. LaPorte ended the 3rd quarter driving down in Lake Central territory, and they'll start at the 9 at the start of the 4th quarter.
At the end of 3 quarters of play, our score, the LaPorte Slicers 22.
This game's slowly starting to get away from Lake Central.
LC just has not been able to finish their quality drives today. And this ground and pound offense that LaPorte likes to run is just wearing down this LC Indians defense.
We were talking about the Chicago Bears earlier. Josh, do you really think they can win on Monday?
I believe they stand a good chance. I liked what I saw from them in the 1st half. Khalil Mack showed out. Nagy had some tremendous play calls. It just kind of fell apart in the 2nd half. Hopefully LC gets the same luck that Green Bay had.
You know, I have to say about the Khalil Mack trade, I just can't believe that someone sat down and said that Khalil Mack is worth what? I think it was a 1st-round pick and
2 first-round picks, 3rd, I believe, and a 6th.
Just wow.
Bears also received a 2nd-round pick back in that trade.
That is just unbelievable to me that someone actually thought that. But the Bears now have arguably the best defensive player in the league, so there's something to be said about that. That defense is probably is top 5 in the league easily.
LaPorte lines up at the 8-yard line, 2nd down and 1 to start off the 4th quarter. Same formation we've been seeing from them all day.
Lake Central is going to need a big play here, or a big stop.
It's a run.
Number 7, Isaac Alexander, the ball carrier.
As that is more than enough for the 1st down.
First and goal for LaPorte from the Lake Central 4-yard line.
Watch out for a run with Isaac Alexander here.
And quarterback takes it himself. They think they have a touchdown.
Number 16,
I
Caleb
believe
Kirk,
they
the ball
do.
carrier for 4 yards.
As the
and a
refs
touchdown.
throw up the signal.
And a touchdown for LaPorte.
Caleb Kirkham just able to fall forward. Just stumbled right into the end zone.
And with 11 minutes to play, it's going to take a lot for Lake Central to come back in this game. And if you're Lake Central, you're going to look back at the ending of the first half, that interception by Zach Bundelow. And that's really going to be what decided this game to me. They had all the momentum, and they lost it, and they never really got back, and they're going to go for 2 here. He once again keeps it. And he's going to try to get in. Looked like he fell just short.
There is a flag on the play, however.
And if they did stop them there, it would be a 3-score game.
Holding, offense, penalty is declined, no good.
Lake Central declines the holding penalty there, meaning LaPorte did not get the 2-point conversion. LC's going to take over following the kickoff. Lake Central takes the field.
We do want to thank our production team for all the work they've done over the past few weeks to get us prepared for tonight. None of this would be possible without them.
Quincy Tribble, Chase Sykes, and Keyshawn Wigley are lined up, ready to field the kick.
And adding on to what I said, it's not just us two making this happen. It's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, and we can't thank these guys enough.
We owe a big thank you to everyone behind the scenes here.
4 Sykes, 5 Wigley, and 22 Tribble deep for the Indians.
Kicks it deep to about the 5, and that one is dropped.
Chase Sykes is down.
And Chris Hall right away going onto the field.
Sykes tried to field that ball. Something happened, and he is now down without contact.
Obviously not something you want to see for Lake Central. One of the top defensive backs.
Something you never like to see in football. Lake Central already without Jared Bias today, as he went down earlier on in the game. LC trainers still working on Sykes. Sykes is a tremendously talented athlete. We don't like to speculate. All we can do is wish for the best for Chase Sykes.
I second that statement.
As Sykes able to get up, walk under his own power, heading back towards the Lake Central sideline to a round of applause by his teammates and fans.
And as the game is getting more and more out of reach for this team, we see a lot of our fans leaving. Who knows, maybe they're not gonna witness this great comeback.
Trying to beat the rush to Steak and Shake. Lake Central's offense comes out. In the weak formation, Wiggly one-on-one at the bottom of the screen.
Bundle hands off to Dribble, and he lost the ball. Seems that was not Quincy Tribble.
Gerard Charlie, the ball carrier.
That was Gerard Charlie Jr. We haven't seen him at all tonight.
Charlie fortunately able to fall back onto the ball. That would have been a huge loss for LC. Already down by 21 points. You can't afford mistakes at this point. Wiggly guarded by number 24, Ethan Mikowski.
And the ref stopped the play.
Timeout, Lake Central.
And Lake Central will use their second timeout of this half.
A lot of these timeouts have just been from miscommunication. Not being able to get lined up fast enough, not being able to get the play off fast enough.
And once again, we do want to remind you, for our future live streams, be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel and click the notification bell to be notified when we go live on your smartphone.
Something you don't want to miss out on if you can't make a game. If it's a bad weather day outside even. Just stay at home.
We've got you covered. We're all comfy in here in the press box.
Fortunately, it's a beautiful day outside tonight.
Bundalo gives it to Tribble. Quincy Tribble. Very hard to bring down. He gets to about the 30-yard line.
Tribble is a shifty runner, just able to make men miss left and right. He can juke you. He can put a spin move on you. Either way, it's going to be pretty hard to take him down on the first attempt.
Go Bundalo. Another handoff to Quincy Tribble.
Bounces it outside.
He's got the first down, and he's out at about the 48-yard line.
Tribble threw a stiff arm there at Parker Hill on the sidelines. Able to just buy 1 or 2 yards extra. But every little bit counts right now, as it's crunch time for LC.
I am shocked to not see them trying to go for a big play with Zach Bundalo to Keyshawn Wiggler, or even throwing it to Quincy Tribble. Tribble again gets the handoff, and he is wrapped up.
That was Isaac Alexander for LaPorte and on the tackle. Had the pick in the end zone, has rushed for a touchdown, plays both running back and defensive back, as stated earlier.
I mean, what does he not do for this team? And they give it to, I believe that was Ricky Guerrero.
Number 20, Ricky Guerrero, the ball carrier. Tackle by number 3, Zach Purnell. Bring up 3rd down and 4 for the Indians from the LaPorte 49-yard line.
Handoff, and didn't get much out of that one.
LC's staying in this weak side formation with the fullback, running back, and a single wide receiver look.
The ball carrier. Tackle number 69, Jordan Steinheiser.
Now bring him up to 4th down.
2 yards on the play.
And this play is basically do or die here for Lake Central.
From the LaPorte 47-yard line.
They stay in the weak side formation.
And if they can't convert this, it's pretty safe to say game is over. They give it to Tribble, and he's got the first.
Tribble gets it. Just ran it right up the gut of LaPorte's defense. That was not Quincy Tribble.
My
That
mistake.
was Ricky Guerrero Jr. yet again.
5 yards and enough for an LC first down.
LC trying to just give a hint of uncertainty for that LaPorte defense. Just confuse them, maybe stand a chance. I feel like LC is setting up for a big shot downfield here with all these run plays, potentially a play action rollout. Bad snap.
Bundalo. He's going to air it out to Keyshawn Wigley, and it is almost caught. Wigley very, very frustrated at that one.
Well, there was the shot I was talking about. Just unable to execute it. Wigley was covered by Parker Hills. Wigley almost came up with the catch, fell down. Parker Hills almost came up with the catch and just unable to complete it.
And if Wigley makes that catch and gets a touchdown, this is a completely different game for Lake Central. Now they're only down 2 scores with 7 minutes to play.
Anything is possible.
I will say this, crazier things have happened. Bundalo, excuse me, that is Mateo Sedano taking the snap.
15, Mateo Sedano, the ball carrier.
Lake Central sports always seem to have just at least a miracle a season. Last year for boys basketball, the Nick Anderson shot to send them deeper into the playoffs.
I was on the call for that game. That was easily the most exciting moment I've ever had. It's only my junior year, but nothing's ever going to top that for me. Bundalo gives it to Tribble. Quincy Tribble. He's got space. Quincy Tribble. He's at the 10, 5, touchdown!
Tribble went up the gut, bounced it outside, followed some key blocks and got to the end zone. 13-28. Hopefully Lake Central can convert on this extra point attempt, or 2 if they decide to go for it.
Looks like they're just going to settle for the extra point. Way, and it seemed like it was a bad hold by Zach Bundalo. Not sure what happened on that one. And Lake Central would not need a 2-point conversion to tie this game.
like Marcus Gray, the defensive back, number 18 for LaPorte, came up with the ball. I'm not too sure what happened on that play, but the refs blew it dead before he could take it back to the house for 2.
And I do believe the rule in high school is if the ball is blocked, I believe the play is deemed dead. And let's see if Lake Central's defense can make a big play for them.
You have to believe Lake Central's going to try for an onside kick here. LaPorte is probably going to be ready for it, knowing the desperation Lake Central faces. But this defense has just not stood up throughout the whole game.
Well, we did see last year against Maryville, Cole Rainwater actually did convert an onside kick late in the game, and Lake Central was able to get the ball back and win the game.
There's a very valid argument for Cole Rainwater to be the MVP of this Lake Central Indians team.
Although I will say in that game, it was a rainy night, and if I remember correctly, the ball did slip out of the returner's hands. This time seems like perfect conditions, so it'll be a little bit harder to pull this one off if they do indeed go for it.
Rainwater is 4 for 8 on field goals for the season, 7 for 8 on extra points, 6 for 6 coming into this game.
They
had
do
that one blocked.
And looks like LaPorte was able to get on top of that one.
Looked like it almost got away from
Ball
LaPorte
kick
there.
is recovered by 48 Austin Buda. First and 10 for LaPorte from their own 49-yard line.
Austin Buda, a linebacker, with the onside kick recovery. LaPorte lining up in the formation that we have seen far too often tonight.
Number 4, Caleb Cruz, the ball carrier. 54, Richard Gomez on the tackle.
And for Lake Central, it's going to be crucial here if they can get a stop. And the one thing they're going to face, though, if they want to make a comeback, they used 2 of their timeouts already. They only have 1 remaining.
About less than 6 minutes left in the game. Even if LC gets the ball back and scores, it might just be too little too late.
Unless, of course, they convert an onside kick.
It's time for LC to start getting creative here.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, 17 green, 15-yard penalty.
Jared Ivey called for an unsportsmanlike conduct. Gonna push LaPorte further ahead. Not sure what happened there. Ivey back on the sidelines. It's LaPorte taking over at the 31-yard line.
And that is a huge momentum killer.
The LC fan section has went silent. It has also shrunk to about half its original size.
Number 6, Dylan Gray, the ball carrier.
A lot of these fans being loyal to their team and sticking around.
Long 50 for Richard Gomez on the tackle.
Last week, in Lake Central's loss to Crown Point, the fan section actually walked out of the game in frustration after LC just came out of halftime down 7-3. People thought they had a chance to come back and win it. Final score was 21-3. LC just struggled to move the ball that whole second half.
It's the handoff, and he gets to about the
Number
24.
7, Isaac Alexander, the ball carrier.
Jared Ivey checking it back in.
25, Marco Trapani on the tackle.
With the loss of depth at defensive back with Jared Bias out, Chase Sykes going down today as well. It's going to be pretty hard for Lake Central to stop an outside run. I would say outside pass, but we haven't seen too many of those today.
Third down and 3. This is basically it for Lake Central if they even want a chance. And he gets the first down.
It's the first down and then some.
7, Isaac Alexander, the ball carrier. With 3, Caleb Griffin.
Gain of about 9. Caleb Griffin in on the tackle.
First and 10 on LaPorte from the Lake Central 16-yard line.
When he fumbles, Lake Central has it.
Lake Central's football. Could just be the boost Lake Central needed. Sam Long came up with the football.
Sam Long.
Sam Long, only a sophomore. Brother of Jackson Long from last season.
His brother Jackson Long now plays football at the University of St. Francis.
Congratulations to Jackson Long.
Sam Long seems to have a very bright future here on this team.
Let's see what the Lake Central offense can do here. Last drive, we saw them keep running it with Tribble and Guerrero. Just try and set up a big, aggressive pass downfield to Keyshawn Wigley. Wigley was unable to catch it, but still set up the aggressive play.
And LaPorte is all over that run to Ricky Guerrero.
Mateo Sedano checking in for Zach Bundalo. Sedano has played a little bit of wide receiver today, played a little bit of quarterback in the Munster game when Bundalo got hurt.
Hand it off. And again, nothing going on that run. As we're down to 2:50 to go in this ball game.
These Lake Central coaches have to get aggressive with the play calling here. Not a whole lot of time left. I understand they're probably trying to set something up, but you just gotta get it done and gotta get it done quick.
We've had a chance for some big plays. He'll throw, and it is intercepted.
There's a flag on the play, however.
See if he can take this back for a pick 6. He's got some space. It's
Another
Parker
flag
Hill.
on the play.
And Parker Hill takes it in for what is right now a touchdown. There are multiple penalties on the play.
2 flags were thrown on that play, both at different times. One around the 10-yard line, one around where the ball was intercepted. Around the 35, 36-yard.
I do want to point out that was Mateo Sedano on the interception.
Intended target, I believe, was Keyshawn Wigley. Parker Hill again making a big play. Wigley was covered by both Isaac Alexander and Parker Hill.
Pass interference, 11 defense, 15 yards to the previous spot.
Parker Hill got called for a pass
Result in the
interference.
first down.
15-yard penalty, and that's good enough for a Lake Central first down. At this point, you got to take whatever they'll give you.
Big break right there for Lake Central.
.213 left on the clock here. We saw Lake Central keep running the ball to try and set up the big aggressive play like they did last drive. I'm assuming the same's going to come up for this half of the drive.
we go. It is Sedano.
As the whistle's blown. I don't.
Ball start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Replay the down.
And it'll now be first down and 15. 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
I don't believe Bundelo's hurt. You can never speculate with this stuff, but LC could be looking towards the future here with Matteo Sedano in a quarterback. He's only a junior. Bundelo is a senior. Sedano, formerly from Marion Catholic High School as well. Came here this season, and we are very glad to have him on the team. Number 42, Gerard Charlie checking in for Ricky Guerrero.
So now takes a snap, and he's going to run it himself.
As the blitz got to Sedano immediately on that play. I'm not sure who it was. Somebody just shot the gap, forced Sedano to run out of the pocket, block shed. Sedano was able to avoid both of those and then eventually get pushed out at around the 32-yard line. Lake Central with a double wide receiver look.
Mateo Sedano trying to fight for some yards. And he'll be well short of a first down.
Sedano is grabbing his wrist. That's the last thing you want from your quarterback in a time like this.
And
out comes the kicking team for Lake Central. Punting team, I should say.
It'll be Clay Truman. Let's punt it away.
As Lake Central is getting ready to end this game and plan for the next game.
Truman boots it away.
That was a beautiful punt by Truman.
This one is going to be a touchback.
Beautiful punt by Truman.
Truman's punt
Lake
was in the end
Central
zone
just
for a touchback.
giving up on this game.
From their own 20-yard line.
After winning their first 2 games of the season, Lake Central has now dropped 3 straight.
And LaPorte now on a 2-game will now be on a 2-game win streak after this game. And up next for Lake Central, it'll be Michigan City next week at Michigan City. It's going to be a very tough game, and they're going to have to come out a lot better than they have tonight if they want a chance to compete in that game.
Make sure to tune in September 28th for Lake Central's homecoming football game here at the Burial Grounds against Chesterton.
Looks like they're just going to kneel. And the LaPorte Slicers come to Lake Central High School.
Players are shaking hands. This ball game is over.
And your final score as the clock winds down will be LaPorte 28, Lake Central 13. We'd like to thank you all for tuning in to our live coverage of this game on our YouTube channel. And that's going to do it for tonight. I'm Giovanni Alcantar signing off for the Lake Central YouTube channel. We will see you all September 28th when Lake Central takes on the Chesterton Trojans. Be sure to tune into that one. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
September 28th against the Chesterton Trojans.